Hey everybody, it's Will Saletan from the Bulwark, and I'm excited to tell you about the new Donald Trump. Now, as you all know, a shooter tried to kill the former president at a campaign rally a couple of weeks ago. And according to Trump, that near-death experience completely changed his outlook on life. Trump says we need to stop fighting and come together. Here, just listen to what he said a week after the shooting at the Republican convention.
Discord and division in our society must be healed. We must heal it quickly. As Americans, we are bound together by a single fate and a shared destiny. We rise together or we fall apart. I am running to be president for all of America, not half of America, because there is no victory in winning for half of America.
Oh, now that is a beautiful message. We need more of that. Can we play a little more of that speech?
We have to work on making America great again, not on beating people. And we won. We beat them in all. We beat them on the impeachments. We beat them on indictments. We beat them.
No, that isn't quite the right vibe. That's the old Trump, the hater who just likes to humiliate people. But I'm sure that outburst at the convention about beating his enemies, that was just a momentary lapse. I bet Trump has been a lot nicer at his rallies since he got shot at. Let's play a clip from his speech the day after the convention at a rally in Michigan. Here's the part where he talks about Joe Biden.
This stupid person, low IQ, he's a low IQ individual. Take his IQ. I guarantee you it's in the low 50s or 60s. These aren't indictments. These are Biden indictments. These are a sick, weak, pathetic man who can't run an election with a stupid president that we have. Stupid. He's a stupid person.
Okay, that's not the vibe we're going for either. But hey, it's a campaign. People say things about their opponent. They don't really mean it. I mean, I'm sure now that Trump has been shot at, he would never joke about somebody shooting Biden. In fact, just the other day on Fox News, Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance, talked about their Secret Service protection.
Did we have enough people? Why didn't we have enough people? Somebody said that a lot of people were put on Biden's detail. The problem is Biden doesn't draw anybody. He draws flies. He draws nobody. And, you don't need very many people for that because he does not draw. He'll have 30 people show up, and we have 55, 60,000 people show up. And so you have to take care of those big crowds.
Secret Service detail of 20, you can have a 1-to-1 ratio at a Biden rally, right? The president actually needs substantial protections.
Ooh, sorry, can we edit out that laughter? That's not the unity look we're going for. Okay, forget about Biden. He's not running anymore anyway. The new Democratic nominee is Kamala Harris. I'm sure now that Biden is out of the way, Trump can set aside his bad feelings about Biden and show us some of that new maturity and serenity he's been talking about. Let's see what Trump had to say about Harris at his rally in North Carolina on Wednesday.
So now we have a new victim to defeat. Lion Kamala Harris. Lion. L-Y-I-N apostrophe. The most incompetent and far-left vice president in American history. By the way, they did a poll. She was rated the worst vice president in history. I've never seen that poll before, but that's the poll.
All right, let's forget about Biden and Harris. Those are just political opponents. The point is, Donald Trump is no longer trying to turn Americans against each other. He's trying to convey that we're all in this together. Here, listen.
We talk about Biden like he's a feeble old guy, and he is. But it's the people that surround him. I mean, he's perfect for them. This is the fascists and communists and some bad people surround him. I know just about all of them.
Okay, yeah, I heard that. He did talk about fascists and communists. But come on, give the guy a break. He had an off day. Here, let's play the video from his other rally, the one in North Carolina.
Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it truly a great badge of honor.
Look, the point is, these are just insults. They don't really mean anything. You got to remember, the problem with the old Trump was that he actually tried to overthrow an election. He told his supporters that the election was rigged, and he sent a mob to the Capitol to overturn it. He's done with that. The new Trump is not going to talk that way. Here, listen to what he said on Wednesday.
The radical left Democrats rigged the presidential election in 2020, and we're not going to allow them to rig the presidential election in 2024.
Wait, he's still saying that the election was rigged and that our government is full of communists? So then, what did he mean when he talked about unity? Can we go back and listen again to that speech he gave at the convention?
In an age when our politics too often divide us, now is the time to remember that we are all fellow citizens. We are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In that spirit, the Democrat Party should immediately stop weaponizing the justice system and labeling their political opponent as an enemy of democracy. If Democrats want to unify our country, they should drop these partisan witch hunts, which I have been going through for approximately 8 years.
Oh, I get it. This is just about him. He's not saying we should stop being mean to one another. He's saying we should stop being mean to him. But when he talks about witch hunts and the justice system, is he talking about all those criminal cases where he's been indicted or convicted? Is he saying we should let him off the hook? Is he saying that unity for our country means immunity for him? Shouldn't we let the evidence decide these cases? Shouldn't we respect the verdicts of judges and juries, even if they're about a former president? Let's see what Trump had to say about that at his rally in Michigan.
But sometimes you have crooked judges. We have some real crooked judges, too. That's the only way. The only way I can lose is crooked judges, but we'll get it overturned, anything that happens.
It sounds like he's saying there's no such thing as a legitimate verdict against him. It sounds like he's telling his supporters that anytime he loses in court, that means by definition that the court is corrupt. And apparently he's saying the same thing about elections. Listen to what he said about Democrats at his rally over the weekend.
If they have open borders, if they have men playing in women's sports, if they have a raise in, they're going to raise your taxes by four times. 4 times. Think of it. What you're paying now, you're going to pay 4 times more. With policy like this, nobody can get elected. The only way you can get elected is to cheat. And they are really good at it. That's the only thing they're good at. That's the only thing they focus on. They have no good policies. They don't do anything well.
So if there's no such thing as a legitimate court judgment against Trump, and there's no such thing as a legitimate election in which he loses, then doesn't that put him above the law? But that can't be what he means, right? He can't mean that he wants to be a dictator like they have in Russia or China, or an authoritarian boss like Viktor Orban in Hungary. He can't mean that, can he?
President Xi of China, is he a smart man? I said, no, he's a brilliant man. He controls 1.4 billion people with an iron fist. He makes guys like Biden look like babies. They don't even know whether they're coming or going. But can you imagine President Xi, Putin, all of them? They're all smart, tough. They love their country, or they want to do well with their country, whatever it is, all ideology. But we have to have somebody that can protect us. And Orban was right. We have to have somebody that can protect us.
Okay, so Trump does want to be a strongman, but he just wants to protect us, right? He wants to protect us from the bad guys. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. I mean, he's not like those dictators from the bad old days who, targeted some ethnic group and implied that they were all undesirable or criminal. I mean, that couldn't happen here, could it?
Oh, we have a new form of crime now. It's called migrant crime. The only good thing about these migrants coming in is they make our gang members and criminals look like the nicest people you've ever met.
Hey, that's not fair. That clip is out of context. It makes Trump sound like he's demonizing all migrants. Okay, yeah, he did say the only good thing about these migrants, but he just forgot to specify that he was talking about migrant criminals. It's not like he's suggesting that all the migrants are part of some conspiracy to destroy America. Let's see a little more context. Here's what else he said at that rally.
Want an open border. Who would want an open border where people come in from prisons and jails and mental institutions? Either people that don't love our country, stupid people, they're not stupid because anybody that can cheat that well in an election is not stupid. Or maybe a new thing's emerging where they want to get people to vote illegally, and they don't care. They have no shame. They're trying to sign people up who just came in, who have no idea where they are, what they're doing. They came in. And in many cases, they're very rough people, but they came in, they're trying to sign them up to vote. This is what they'll do.
Donald Trump says no court can legitimately rule against him. He says no election can legitimately remove him from power. He says Putin and Xi are brilliant and that our country needs to have a strong protector like those guys. And he says what he'll protect us against is a conspiracy between migrants and communists in our government. That sounds a lot like the old Donald Trump. Still a demagogue, still a criminal, still a thug. So apparently, when he talks about coming together as one nation, he's not talking about a nation under God or a nation under the Constitution. He's talking about a nation under him. See you next time.